You're listening to the MCSFO podcast, where we speak one language, sci-fi. So we're at the advanced screening of 3,000 Years of Longing, starring Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton. Let's hear what people had to say about this film. Your name is?
Joshua.
And?
Tyra.
What did you think?
So I really liked the movie. I felt like every story about how the Jinn was trapped with a new Wishore, I guess, was a vignette, and I thought they were all very nice stories that really, if you really think about it, told about the heart's desire, which was, the basis of all his wishes, and what, humans desire, throughout mankind, I guess, because that's how far the story went back. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting, and I really liked it. And I thought it was a dialogue-heavy movie, but it was really cool.
Any thoughts on Idris Elba and being in a role like this?
I mean, I thought it was very interesting. I saw Beast last week, and so it was very nice to see him in something that showed his acting and dialogue chops. This was a very, very dialogue-heavy, and I guess really monologue-heavy. In his case, when you think about how he was telling all the stories. So yeah, I really thought that was awesome. He has a great voice, good narrator. So yeah.
Awesome. And yourself?
Yeah, so I think it was a beautifully shot film. The cinematography was very nice. I loved the Islamic architecture and the images of modern day Istanbul was very nice. The different stories had me lost in certain ways, so I was a little confused. But I do think that, like you said, Idris's range as an actor is very clear. So, yeah.
How about Tilda Swinton's role? How do you feel about her?
I think it was somewhat relatable. Her running away from her past and having been pregnant at one point and having had a husband, and she shut all those things off. So that was interesting to me and interesting to see unfold on screen. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Okay, honest opinion. What did you guys think?
Really loved it. Great cast. It was beautiful. Just a beautiful film. It was fun. It's great. I would say it's a great date movie too. So just loved it. It's great.
How do you feel both about the acting with Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton?
I mean, they were like magic on screen together. So yeah.
And you look like you have a lot to say.
No.
No?
I agree with everything she says.
Okay.
They did have great rapport.
Yeah, it was
for
great.
sure.
Awesome.
It was a great movie. We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, sir. What did you think of this film? You just came out of the advanced screening. So what did you think of it?
Oh my gosh, it is transcending. It's incredible. It's, moving. I'm still trying to comprehend. I'm trying to think because especially that first wish, you could tell in the room how it just caught everybody off guard, but also you could see for me at least the tragedy of it unfolding afterwards, and how where the story was going to go. So for me it's just really great, and also really short, but also by the end of it you're just I get it. I get it. That's
Thank you. All right, now we get some meaty, good opinions on the film. All right, so I'm just going to go around. You guys, take your time. But what did you think of the film? If you want to give your name, you can. But what did you think of the film?
I'm June. I think this is a wonderful film. It has great visuals, especially the scene with a lot of women. And that the younger brother of that deceased king in that room, that scene was beyond beautiful. And it does remind me of a book that I read when I was a kid, 1001 Nights. Especially the first half of the film, it does give me this strong vibe of fantasy and imaginations. And I think the visuals in this movie definitely successfully convey such, it's real surreal feeling of this. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so what did you think?
Hi, my name is Allison, and I really enjoyed the movie overall. I thought Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton had amazing chemistry together, but it didn't feel like it was overly forced or overly sexual. It also felt like more of a genuine affection for each other outside of just the physical. They appreciate each other for both of their equally storytelling capabilities, which is very important to both of them. And they just connected on a lot of levels, and it made you feel it. I also feel like just visually overall, while there was a lot of effects, they always added to the story and they never took away. Because a lot of movies nowadays use effects to the point where that's all you see and that's all you feel. I feel like every effect is very purposeful and very intentional. Also just a lot of fun. And it just gave you a real appreciation that love isn't always just such a baser thing, and it can span a lot of time and a lot of different meanings. Yeah.
Awesome. And what did you think about this film?
Hi, I'm Kayla. I mean, it was a stunning display, a visual feast throughout. I really appreciate Idris Elba is an incredible character actor, and I love how his gym portrayal, you could tell he probably had like a lot of fun doing it. I also just like the staying true to acknowledging the Jin folklore of like the trickstery, but also adding a new element to it, and it was just a sweet relationship to watch throughout the film.
So my thoughts real quick. So the 3,000 Years of Longing, long name. This film was pretty cool. I think that it's very symbolic. Dreams are not literal, it's very symbolic, and I just think there was symbolism everywhere. Even their relationship, I'm glad they didn't go there in terms of over-sexualizing. I think a film like this will have some challenges with a lot of people because of the types of films that are out today. Is not forcing us to experience a novel on screen, whereas this takes a step back and it forces you to really think and be more introspective in the same way literature does, and I rarely see that on screen. So although I love it, I do fear that it's going to be completely missed by some people. I think, yeah, I think that the score really hit home. The score really moved it along and put that emotion in there. It really forced that emotion on you a lot. So I think that was really important. Without that, it would have really been difficult for most people to probably get around a lot of it because there was so many. It was just delivered in such a very. I can't help but go back to the word dream state. Like it was delivered in this dream state, and some people are not exposed to things like that all the time, so it may kind of be missed by them, but I hope people get it because it's really a beautiful film and it's done really well. I'm very happy for Idris because I'm like, I want to see more roles like this. I think him working with Tilda Swinton, and that's why I really want to see it because I know the types of scripts she usually picks and the types of things she goes after is really existential, and it's always, something really cool and different and fun as well. And so that's what gave me high hopes to it as well, because no one is giving Idris these types of films. So the fact that he was able to land this with her and the director, I think is perfect. And I think that was great for his career, regardless of what some people may feel about him having flops or whatever. I think he is going in the right. Yeah, believe it or not, I heard somebody saying he hasn't flops. I'm like, just because an actor is stepping out and doing something different, I don't think that's considered a flop. Not everyone, I think, put him in a category that he's supposed to do these big blockbusters because they're dying for him to be like James Bond and all this other stuff. And I'm like, he can do something like this, and I think it worked. The special effects, like you said, balanced everything out. It wasn't over the top. It was perfectly done in very subtle ways. Very intentional. Every little nook and cranny about it was very intentional. So that's what made it work, I think. So yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Also, I missed being able to hear people's commentary because when they were like, yo, that man's dusty, I was like, dying.
Oh, they were stupid. I know. The people in the audience were saying so much silly stuff.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it also affected the read of some scenes because, like, I feel like if watching it by myself, the scene where she's asking him to love her, I'd have been like, oh, this is more tender. But since everyone was clowning, I too was clowning.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think that there's two sides to this. So in the existential, really deep, if you really are in that mood to really, connect with something that has true meaning and make you be more reflective of life, love, what your desires are, who you are in this world, how you want to live, how you want to share yourself with other people.
But it's also still fun.
Right, it is. It is a lot of fun, but I can also see someone just looking at it for a surface level, but like, he looked like the Green Mile or this Dusty guy or this whatever, or, I can see them doing that, but they'll miss so much, I think. And
People really need to allow themselves to be open to this kind of story.
Right.
And if they come in with a set idea, they might not get everything that they could out of it, versus just going in really just open to whatever could come.
Yeah.
Because it literally has multiple factors in it, and it feels like several movies and several stories put together. It's like almost like reading a Joe Hill or a Stephen King short story where each individual story has its own essence, but sometimes the overall theme will still click together.
Stories within the story. And, I think, like I said, I can't go, maybe because I'm longing for reading some good novels and good stories. We are always craving for a good story. And these are stories within a story, and it takes you down this beautiful journey of these different people's lives and stories. And I think that's missed in a lot of cinema now. We don't really have that many films coming out like that. So I loved it for that reason, and it's just something different.
Well, I think also people might be more open to this after seeing movies like Everything Everywhere,
Yes.
WandaVision, and especially now with Sandman coming out. There's going to be a lot of that story within a story vibe that they might hopefully be more receptive to.
I agree. I totally agree. So hopefully you guys will check it out. This concludes our show for today. But if this is your first time visiting, then welcome aboard. The Multicultural Sci-Fi Organization, or MCSFO for short, markets, promotes, discusses, and educates in the medium of science fiction and technology with a unique focus from an international perspective. We promote diversity and inclusion in the sci-fi, fantasy, and comic book genres. We would love to hear what you guys think about today's topic, or if you just want to chime in, you can post your comments below. And for more videos, hit the subscribe button.